Today being our second Friday of Lent, I have the desire to continue giving some practical tips in regards to the practice of fasting. So, Friday of Lent, only one meal, two small ones, and the idea is that you should feel the hunger as part of a sacrificial offering, as part of our discipline exercise that we're growing into. So let's do a little review. Ash Wednesday we spoke about the three practices that every Christian would be exercising. There are what? Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. And then last Friday I spoke specifically in regards to fasting. We fast as to be fast to give. So keep that in mind. If you would like to go to last Friday to review some of those tips there, it will be very helpful. So we fast as to be fast to give. And last Friday I spoke about, we fast as to exercise our willpower to be able to say no, even when you're hungry, when your lower passions feel the hunger pains, you strengthen your willpower. Say, I know you're hungry, but we're not going to eat. So you're strengthening that willpower. And also we fast so as to be fast to give, especially those who are hungry. You remember how it feels to be hungry. So when you see someone who hungers, you're the quicker to go. You're fast to give something to eat because you know what it is to go hungry. Now, reminder, no one is going to die out of fasting. Each one of us probably has 20 or 50 or maybe more pounds extra in our bodies. Don't worry, it's just going to be a day. So it's the exercise. We'll be fine. So today, a couple of tips that I would like to give in regards to how to fast. So I have three. One is parent yourself. Parent or parenting yourself. The second one is to have a clear intention of why you're fasting. Have a clear intention. And the third one is busy yourself. So let's go one by one. So in regards to the first one, parenting yourself. Something that is necessary is the way we're built in our human condition. We go through emotions. And the big mistake would be for us to repress emotions. Emotions are not problems that need to be solved. They're just experiences that needs to be witnessed. They need to be shared. They need to be validated. So when you're fasting and you begin to feel the hunger, right now you're probably okay because we just started, but let's say you're not going to have your lunch. Now it's 3, 4 o'clock. Now it's going to get pretty intense. So the feeling of hunger, or some people like myself, it could be, what do they call it when you mix hunger with anger? You're beyond hungry, you're hangry. So by the time you get to hangry, it's because perhaps you have not been validating. Anger is just something that comes to protect something deeper in ourselves that is wounded. So when anger comes out, it's because we're hurt. But go to the hurt. Go to the hurting. It hurts. When you're fasting and you feel the hunger, it hurts. So part of parenting yourself is validating. Don't ignore it. It's going to get worse if you don't. So almost like say to yourself, you got to think of your hunger and feeling hungry as a 3-year-old child in you. Your lower passions, think of him as a 3-year-old child with the terrible 3 and the tantrum. Amy, we still have a couple more years to go there, but get ready for that. That's coming up pretty soon, right? So parent yourself, meaning when you start feeling the hunger and talk to yourself. Say, it's going to be okay. It's all right. I know you're hungry. This is just for today. Be like a loving mother to your own inner child. So, I know you're hungry, but it's going to be okay. Don't worry. You got 50 extra pounds you can use from somewhere in your body there, But I want to eat right now. It's okay. parent yourself into the emotions. This is good not just today that we're fasting, this is good throughout your whole life. You know, emotions, they just need to be validated. You know, they just need a parent to say, it's okay, this is going to pass, we'll grow through this. So you kind of have to speak to yourself like that. Some of the, I know, she's already feeling hungry. So some of the points in regards to parenting: validate the feeling, name it. I know you feel hungry, or I know you're getting hangry. It's okay. But then that it's okay. When you're saying it's okay, it's the reassurance. It's okay. Reassure yourself. Also, dispel whatever fears may be there, because they just make the feelings intensify. Often, if I'm hungry, what is my greatest fear? That I'm going to die out of hunger. So you reason yourself, you're not going to die. It's going to be okay. I know it hurts. Reassurance, validating, naming the emotion, and dispelling whatever great fear that may be there by using reason. Other ones will be given a purpose. And with this one, before I go to the second one, let me make a little footnote here. When you're fasting, you have to keep in mind there is an interconnection between the fasting, the prayer, and the giving. It's not like we're just fasting by itself without the prayer and the giving. It has to be the three at the same time. So let's go back to parenting. Well, one thing is to use psychology, something that is so basic to our human nature, to parent ourselves, to reassure ourselves, to be like a mother or a father to our own inner child. But we could go beyond just psychology and just validating our emotions. If you turn it into prayer and you consecrate your own parenthood to the Blessed Mother, to God the Father, and now instead of you parenting yourself, you allow that parenting voice to be the voice of God the Father, the voice of the Blessed Mother, and allow them to parent you. So perhaps imagine the Blessed Mother just holding you as a 3-year-old child that is hungry, and the Blessed Mother in her sweetness and her love saying, it's going to be okay. This is just part of growing so that you can become stronger, like Jesus, like me, ready to do the will of the Father. Perhaps let the parenting voice become God the Father himself, saying, you're going to be fine, my son. Come on, you can do this. Have courage. And now you're allowing God the Father and our Blessed Mother to parent you. So more than psychology, this is prayer. This is a dialogue with Mary, with the saints, with our God the Father. So now notice how now fasting led you to prayer. See, there's an interconnection there. Now, the second one that I wanted to give as a tip to fasting is have a clear intention. Your parenting voice and God the Father, Mary, and that dialogue, you have to have a purpose why you're doing this. You're not doing it just for the sake of going hungry. That's too shallow and that's not going to last. You have to have an intention. Why am I doing this? Yes, it could be to strengthen your willpower. Yes, it could be so that you be fast to give, but go even further. That sacrificial offering, what do you offer it for? Let it be a person, alive or deceased. Let it be as a means to repair something that happened in the past. Let it be for some current situation, something in the present moment, that a crisis that needs to be resolved, or concern that you're having right now. You could offer the fasting as a sacrificial offering for that. Or maybe something you're working towards the future, or a concern about the future, what's going to happen here, what's going to... Now, you can take the hunger, the fasting, and now have a purpose. Offer this up for the intention to start feeling the hunger. You can have the Blessed Mother and the Father remind you that you're offering this for a purpose. And then out of love, especially, you'll find greater strength. Love conquers all. So if there's someone you love, or a situation that of people you love a lot, then that will inspire, that love will inspire you to fast, because you're offering whatever struggles you're going through for the sake of that. And more strength will come your way. So have a clear intention, purpose, reason, meaning. Let it be a person, something in the past, something in the present, something in the future, some project, but have a clear intention. Now, let's make a connection again, fasting, prayer, giving, they're interconnected. So how do we offer this intention? There's no better way to offer the intentions of our sacrificial offerings than through the Holy Eucharist. This is the highest form of prayer, the Mass. So we bring at Mass, and it's good now in the morning where you're still clear that you articulate the intention of I'm fasting today, and I'm going to offer it for, boom, now you have an intention, and you lay it at the altar, and that's your intention of this Mass. Remember, we always share in our common priesthood. I have an intention of the Mass as a ministerial priest. What's the intention of the Mass today? I don't know. It's in my little piece of paper. I have to read it. But you should also have an intention. So in a common priesthood, you have a baptismal ability to offer an intention for this Mass. Let it be the intention of your fasting. I offer this fast for, name it, and lay it down in the altar. So do have a meaning, a purpose, a reason, and intention. And the third one, and with that we'll finish up for today, more to come next Friday, is the practical tip of just busy yourself. Once again, the interconnection between fasting, prayer, and giving. You fast so as to feed into your prayer, and then from the prayer and the fasting, you are moving to action. You give. So fasting should be fruitful, not just as an intention from something, but as something concrete happening now. Now, let me take this approach, a phenomenological approach. Have you ever experienced that you're so focused in something, some project that you're passionate about, a hobby or something, you're so into it, the time just flies. And then you realize, oh my God, I've been at this for 5-6 hours. I haven't even had lunch, or I haven't even had dinner, or you forgot that you were even hungry. Well, use that phenomenon to your favor when you're fasting. If you're just staying at home, and you have a chair in front of your refrigerator with a countdown, second by second, until it gets to midnight, so that you can eat, trust me, that's not going to work. You're going to break the fast, and you're going to be fiercely, like in gluttony. You got to refocus. You got to rethink. Okay, focus on something else. Busy yourself in giving, and giving for the glory of God. So what are you going to do today other than going to your usual routine of, or what you do typically after away from the hunger, and be fruitful in giving something that bears fruit? So for me, painting. When I'm painting, I'm gone. When I'm doing research and reflecting and thinking, coming up with a conference or a homily, I'm gone. See, now I'm doing something fruitful, something that bears life, and distract me from my hunger and for time passing. So those are the three tips that I gave today. One, parent yourself, and more than parenting yourself, allow parenting in prayer to be the voice of the Father, the conversation with the Blessed Mother. The second one is have a clear intention. And best of all, offer that intention right here, right now, at this Mass. And third one, busy yourself. Make a direct connection between the hunger and feeding the hungry, between pain and relieving the pain of those in need. Perhaps this could be a good time to go through your honey to-do list, gentlemen, and just busy yourself with a honey to-do list, knowing that your sacrifice will make your wife happy, and if the wife is happy, the whole house is happy. Or ladies, perhaps this is an opportunity to make that phone call of that person that perhaps you have a difficulty with, or it takes a great sacrifice just to listen and listen and listen. Oh my goodness, and listen. Well, that will help you. Distract yourself from the hunger, remembering that other people hunger for your attention, for your love, for you. So let's keep those 3 tips in mind, and above all, now let us proceed to the liturgy of the Eucharist and offer a clear intention for today's fast. Let's stand now and present our prayers and petitions.